So I'm gonna drive in. When he drives back, I slide my knee to his hip, I sit down, and I throw my arm over top of his back. This time, you see how I have this trapped? Before, when you end up here, just go ahead and pass. But if you're able to trap this arm, we got a bunch of attacks from here. This is actually my preference. I would rather get this than be able to pass. Craig is gonna be able to hide his arm, whether it's here or here, doesn't really matter. Wherever his arm is, I wanna swim my hand inside by the crook of his arm and follow it down until I can grab onto his wrist. If you can grab onto your wrist from here, that's great. If you can't, we're just gonna drive his arm down to the mat, and I'm gonna switch my base back to where I was. So now that I'm here, now I'm gonna reach and grab onto my wrist. If you can grab it before you transition back, that's cool too. There's nothing wrong with that. This might be a little bit easier. You could go for a Kimura here, but in my opinion, what's even easier is just finish a straight arm lock. To do that, all I need to do is roll his wrist towards his head. Already got a tap. Roll his wrist towards his head until his thumb is up towards the ceiling. Once I do that, my goal is to pin his hand to the mat, and while I'm grabbing onto my wrist, I just lift up with this arm. It's right underneath his elbow, and we get that straight arm lock. We're starting in that Z guard. I need to get past his knee shield, so to do that, I'm gonna go negative. I drive in. When he drives back, my knee goes to his hip. I sit onto my same side hip, and my arm goes over top of his back. Yeah, he's gonna lock on, for sure. And by the way, if you don't wanna go for the Kimura straight arm lock, you can pass from here. You can do the exact same thing. This is just another option for you guys. I'm controlling his arm. Whether it's here or here, it doesn't really matter, but more likely than not, he's not just gonna leave his arm out like this. He's probably gonna be keeping it tight in some capacity. So I'm gonna swim my hand inside, lower by his shoulder or his bicep, and slide this all the way down until I can grab onto his wrist. If you can grab onto your wrist from here, cool, go for it. If you feel like that's too tough to do, I'm gonna drive his arm down to the mat and switch my base back to where I was before when we were passing half guard. Now I'm gonna reach and grab onto my wrist. To finish a straight arm lock, I'm just gonna roll his arm up towards his head until his thumb is pointing up towards the ceiling. The goal here is to pin his hand to the mat and then just lift up, and you're barely gonna have to lift. The key to that is glue his hand to the mat so that he can't move it.